Sweet. Okay. where's the... There we go. Okay. Okay, I think we are getting much better on our first page. Didn't I hit that? Let me try that again. There we go. to teach you something. Okay, I'm trying to listen to Nicki Minaj while I'm writing, but that is not gonna work. Nope, 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 nope. So let's not do that. You know what? I'll listen to classical music because I want to listen to something. Let's put on some classical. Hello. Okay, I will get that program up and running in a second. I'm just putting on some music for my ears. Okay, that should be good to go. Okay, so you'll have to give me a second to pull this up because I found that keeping in mind that this program is it's literally still in its infancy. It only just got released to early people, or I should say to people early. I don't think it was this past Monday, but it was a few days ago. It might have been Monday. I can't really remember, but there's still a lot of kinks to work out from it, so it's not 100% by any means. Hold on, I have to find a link for it because what I bookmarked is not correct. So let me delete this bookmark and let me get, it's like a different kind of link because it's not visible to everybody just yet. So I have to go a bit of the long way around. Oh no, that's not it. Whoops, that was for me to actually get it, but I already have it. Here we go. Here we go. The program is called Atticus. I think I might have mentioned it on stream before. Okay, so here it is. It's loading. It's for right now. It's web-based, but the intention is for you to download it. Technically, you can download it right now. However, there is a caveat to that, which again, like I said, they're working on making an actual app, but there's a workaround that they're using right now if you have Google Chrome, in that you can download the app using via Google Chrome, and then every time you double click on the app that downloads onto your computer, Google Chrome will open. So it needs to have Google Chrome open in order for it to work. So that's one of the downsides. But like I said, this is like legit beta. Like there are a lot of bugs in here that they are still working out. It's not available for purchase. If you were to go to the website right now, it still has join the waitlist up because it is not, like I said, it is not available for people to just outright test. You have to get in. And I actually communicated directly with the person who created this program and was able to get the green light to go ahead and show it on stream, because I didn't know if he wanted it to be put on stream, considering it really is like not available to everyone to even download as a beta. But he said it's totally fine, giving me the caveat, of course, that, and which I understand, there are a lot of bugs. And while it will be it's touted to be a Scrivener killer, it's also a vellum killer. So a lot of the features that Scrivener has, it is not up yet. So they're still working on the features. They're still working on a lot of the setup. So that's one of the reasons why I'm actually not going to do a first impressions review on this, because I feel like there really is just too many issues that if I were to do a review on it right now, it would not be a good one. So knowing that it's super beta, super not ready. The idea of it though, which I can show here, is that, like I said, is combining all the things you get from Scrivener with all the things you get from Vellum, putting them into one place so you're no longer using two separate programs. And what that basically means is you could do all the research, have all of the documents, all of the things that I would normally have for Scrivener. So this is what I currently have for Scrivener when I start writing, because I'm going to start writing on Monday, by the way. So here's all the research that I've done. So technically what will happen is everything that's here, I will be able to recreate all of this here, right? With the difference that, similar to Vellum, in that in less than literally 5 minutes, using Vellum, I can export a print file and an EPUB and Mobi file. I mean, really within seconds. It doesn't even take as long as 5 minutes. You could do it in less than a minute with your eyes closed. That's how simple the program Vellum is to do a book for you. The caveat with Vellum is you have to have a Mac. If you don't have a Mac, you can't have Vellum. But with this, oh yeah, correctly formatted everything. Like, that's why I got Vellum, because I didn't want to have to do the minutia bullshit of formatting an ebook, because I'm like, I don't effing care about ebooks, but ebooks are where it's at. So I figured I would just get a program that would just do it for me in 5 seconds, set it and forget it, and I don't even have to think about it. And that's why I use Vellum. I don't use Vellum for print book, as you know, because I use InDesign, but Vellum is able to also do a print book file PDF that you just upload into Amazon. Done. And again, seconds. But you have to have a Mac. And if you don't have a Mac, you can't use Vellum. So Atticus is basically for everything. So it's going to be for Windows, for Mac, for Linux, for Chromebook. It's going to be everything for your desktop and your tablet device. And so here's the writing section, right? So I'm writing. Eventually, it's not available yet. I will be able to put, like I said, all of this research stuff that I have here. I will be able to just do it here, no problem. And then when I want to get to the part of like, okay, I wrote all my book, all my chapters are here, everything is ready, I've got my front matter, my back matter, all that, stuff, I could just click this for the formatting part. And this is where I would typically go to Vellum. I would save this file as, I think I usually would save it from Scrivener as a Word file, and then I would import the Word file into Vellum, and in seconds, it would have it all organized the way I had it in Scrivener. It would have the front matter in the front, the chapters all organized perfectly, the back matter. All I would have to do is just upload the cover, and I'm done. Click a button, click, I think the thing is like click create or whatever, and it creates the files for me. But now that's here, so I can visually see it, how it would look on a screen. But like I said, again, very buggy, a lot of issues here. So it's not 100%, but similar to Vellum, it has the same thing where you have these choices of what you want, the chapter to look like with these different abilities. Again, similar to Vellum, which I hope that they will change, which is why I use InDesign for my print book instead of Vellum, is I want to have control over the font, which is also the reason why I use Vellum for my ebooks, because it doesn't pay to have a specific font in your ebook, because people can change their font to whatever the hell they want, make the size bigger or smaller. I don't care about the formatting with an ebook, because people are just going to have it formatted the way their device works for them, right? But with a print book, I want to have more control. I don't want to be limited to these few bits of options here for, while they do have a bigger, and I say this loosely, a bigger library of font options than Vellum does, it's still like a dozen. I want to be able to access my font library. And so while this is a great program to have where you can combine Scrivener and vellum into one place, or you know, like I was telling you, the other program, Publisher, Affinity Publisher with vellum, or just using Affinity Publisher to do everything. You have it all right here. They are doing a dark mode, so don't get thrown off by the color here. A dark mode is coming. They are going to make it so that you can export and import a Scrivener file if you want. Like I said, there's a lot of updates that are still in the works that are not even close to being here yet. But they do have things down here like the trim sizes, which I don't think Vellum has, but I don't know for sure because I don't have the print version for Vellum. I only have the ebook, so I would imagine if I had gotten the full complement of Vellum, it would have this as well, where you get to pick what trim size you want so that it exports the PDF to that trim size. The same thing with, there's a lot of stuff here that's specific to the print version for Vellum that I don't know how it looks for that, so I can't really speak to that. You can add your own ornamental break, which yes, you can import. When I go back to the home area, I could just upload. Instead of creating a new thing, I would just drag the file here, put the title, put the title, the author, give it a project name, and then click this button and it will import it, and it will recognize, I think it says it recognizes like H1 tags as the chapter title, H2 tags as subtitles, and etc. etc. Like there are certain tags that you would have when you import the file that it will recognize and drop it all into the place that it should be. So for sure you can do that here. It's not just creating it from scratch. You would be able to just import whatever file you want. And like I said, they're going to make it so that you can import a scriv file. Like you don't have to export your scriv file as a Word document to then upload it into Vellum like you would, or even into InDesign like you would, which I hate. I wish that I could import a full-on scriv file into those programs, but you can't. You have to export it from Scrivener, not as a scriv file, but as a Word doc, and then upload it. So with Atticus, it's making it so that it will be able to read your scriv file and organize it accordingly. Some of the things, like I said, I can't say if they are going to make this a thing or not. I don't know. But I do wish that there was better screen real estate, that they used it a bit better, because in the writing field, which I assume once we're able to have like a research section, notes section that won't actually become a part of the actual file, my assumption is all of this blue space here will be taken up when I decide if I want to do a vertical or a horizontal view, which again I can do here in Scrivener. If I come here to detailed or whatever, I can just click this button here and it puts it in a split view, so I can have my chapter on the top, and I can have my research outline notes on the bottom half of the screen, or I can have it side by side. If they want to make it side by side, I don't mind that, because this is such a big screen, being my computer screen. But that's my assumption with all of this blue screen here on the side. But again, I don't know that until that update comes about. And then some of the glitchiness that I was saying is very glitchy. Now, yesterday or the day before, I don't remember what day this week, I had uploaded the image here that I had for the book cover. And the first time I used it, it was definitely not working. I would upload it here, I would click the save button, or there wasn't even a save button. Now there is. Now the other day, I did the same thing. There was the save button. I clicked save, and as you can see, it's not here. Neither is it seeming to be able to remember or retain when I put a subtitle here, or when I change the language, or even I put a publisher logo. Like, I filled in all of this stuff. I remember very vividly. I could go back to my stream so that I can prove it, and none of that information that I put is actually here. So I am going to really wait until I continue to tinker with this. I tinkered a little bit, but because it is so extremely buggy, it's a waste of my time to do it. Um, and like I said, the person who created this did, explain that to me and said, I just want you to know that I don't want your review to be so skewed because it really is in the very early stages, and I totally get that. And so I'm going to reserve my review until he makes it so that anyone can get it. Once it's open for all people to get it, then that's when I'll run it through its paces and actually give my thoughts on it. But when I start writing, um, which will be on Monday I start writing chapter 1, I am going to use Scrivener. I was hoping that I would be able to use Atticus and run it through its paces when I start on Monday, but it's just not there yet. And I'm not willing to lose my work, especially if I start typing in here and I hit save and it don't save. I would be, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I honestly, I thought that the beta version was being released on Monday the 17th. So I was shocked when I got an email the other day saying it's here, go get it. And I was like, oh, I thought I had another week. So I don't know what the plan is, especially with as many bugs as there is here. It's very likely that it will be some time, several more weeks. I don't know. I'm actually surprised with how buggy it is at the moment that they even, sent it out to us who were willing to kind of take a look at it. So, unfortunately, I can't answer that question. There hasn't been a follow-up email since that original email was sent. And with that original email, there was an issue, and which is how I ended up in communication with the owner of the creator and the person who built Atticus in the first place, because the link that I was given was not clickable. And then under it, they said, if that link isn't working, click here to get in contact with our tech support. And that took me to a non-existent page. So, so it was like I had to respond to that email. And typically when you get an email like that, I know this for a fact, that email is not real. It goes to a junk box and no one actually looks at it. In this case, they did. Which I was glad for, and they were able to, fix the issue and give me a workable link within like a couple of hours. But I mean, the bugs are unfortunately, from beginning to end, are endless at this point. So I'm not even holding out hope that some of the things that they promised to bring will be ready when they go to full launch, simply because they still have to fix the stuff they've already got here. Like you shouldn't be putting the cart before the horse. So things like being able to export or import a Word doc or a Scriv file, or having dark mode, or giving us the notes feature and stuff, I feel like that shouldn't even be at the forefront of their minds until they just fix. Because one of the other issues I have is I can add front matter, but I can't add back matter. And I'll bet you, hold on, let me go back to, how do I get out of here? Oh, do I have to hit save? Do I have to hit save? So if I try to, down here on the bottom left, right? There's all of these things here. So there's things that you could do for the front matter, and then it's separated by a line, and then the actual body of the book would be either chapters or images, and then obviously there's all of this stuff down here, which is supposed to be back matter. Now, every day that I've checked, I click here, nothing happens. I click to add front matter, that page loads up right away. So let's see, I'm banking that it's not going to work. So I come down here, click about author, nothing happens. Nothing here. The only way I was able to actually get this down here is because I created a copyright page up here, converted it, because you can convert a page, and I'm not even seeing the ability to do that. So you can come here and convert, and I can convert it to about the author or convert it to whatever, and then drag it down into the back matter. But that shouldn't be how it works. I should be able to come down here to the bottom left, click a thing, boom, and it appears there, right? So there is a lot to work out here, and I'm gonna see how quickly they're able to fix it. Just the stuff that's here. I'm not even talking about giving me the extra stuff that they claim they're going to be giving, and I can actually show that if you just give me a second, because they have a website somewhere separate where they're showing how it's going. Oh wait, how do I search in my history? Oops. Here we go. So if I click, here we go. Okay. So if I come here, let me add this back up here. So here is their roadmap to launch, right? So these are the things that they're working on, and until these things are done, this is what this column here is what they're going to be working on to include after they officially launch. And then this is the stuff that they've claimed to have completed, which I would disagree. I mean, some of these things work, but I can't say that they all work. Here's what's in progress. Here's the stuff that's coming up next. And then here are the things they're planning after launch. I am going to send them an email. Yeah, that's one of the things that they're working on adding. Where is it here? It's here somewhere. Focus mode, collaboration. Somewhere here, I can't remember what they're calling it, because they're calling it something different than what we would call it elsewhere. But what was the question by Justin Tunes? Why are the documents in Atticus so small? What do you mean the dot, like, you mean like why is this window so narrow? I'd love to know. Either I feel like they should either give me some sort of toggle button here where I can expand this, or like I said, what I think they're going to eventually do when they open it up so that we can have notes beyond just having what's here that's going to be in the actual book, that this whole blue space is going to be taken up by the notes, and then we'll be able to toggle the screen which one we want, wider or narrower. But I'm guessing that's what it is. For now, the only thing I see that goes over there is when I go to formatting, but still it doesn't use up as much of the window as I feel like it should. There is still a lot of like I said, a lot of kinks to unkink here. I don't like the blocky white lines that they have here. I feel like it makes it look not as appealing as it should. A lot of the autosave doesn't actually autosave. I wish that when I change this to say that I want to view the iPhone, it would remember that, so that if I jump out and jump back in, it's not defaulted to iPad. Or it's not defaulted to, to whatever this is. I wish that it would retain that information, because Vellum does. So if they are claiming to be the program that is going to combine, what Scrivener does and what Vellum does into one thing, they've got a long road ahead. Because right now, one, is too buggy, and two, the UI is not as friendly as I'd like. I mean, I don't like that something as simple as the fact that iPhone has a capital I and a lowercase p. I mean, iPhone and iPad is lowercase I, capital P. I mean, just little things like that, I feel need to and should be fixed ASAP. Little things like the fact that right here where it says current theme, that C is butting up too close to this bar, whatever this bar is meant to be on this side here. It should be aesthetically moved over, given some breathing room, because I feel like you said, Justin, too, everything right now is kind of squished to the left. And I feel like if things were kind of like allowed to take on the expanse of my window as I stretch it or shrink it, that would be better. Because right now everything is just too squished, and it's driving me nuts. I don't know about you, but it's driving me nuts, and I don't care for it. There's just a lot to be desired here. It's a great idea if it works. I just don't know that it's going to be what they expect it to be. I didn't even know they had a print version down here. Wow, that looks horrible. That's how it's going to look in print. The other thing I don't like, let's go into this. I don't like that I'm not able to turn the pages. Like, I understand you're showing this to me visually, but I want to be able to turn the pages like I can in Vellum. Let me open Vellum right now, because that's the other thing that I just don't understand here is, hold on, I want to open something that has, actually, you know what? No, I'll just open the last thing I was working on. I don't need to get all in the minutiae. Okay, so here I can turn the page. You see what I mean? Like, I can do this so that I can see the book, and I could turn this all the way to the cover page. I want to be able to do that. If you're going to be just like Vellum or better than Vellum, then you need to be able to allow me to turn the page this way, and I don't want Kindle Fire. Oh, no, I don't want the iPad either. I prefer to just see it on the iPhone because that's my device of choice. But right here, like, I can turn the page. Can't do that here. I don't know. And this, if this is what the print version is going to look like, I want to see the print version side by side like I'm opening a book here. I don't want to see it looking like this. I mean, this is basically what they're saying is this is what it technically, I guess, would look like when I printed it out as a PDF or when I exported it as a PDF. But that's not what I want to see when I want to see the print version. I want to see it like I'm opening a book and I'm turning pages. So you can get the idea as to why I'm not doing a review on this right now. Simply because it would not be a good review of this right now. To say the least, it's just not there yet. But I have high hopes that it will be there. Hold on 1 second. I need to blow my nose. And like I said, this is an actual app, but again, I don't use Google Chrome, so when I realized that the only way that the quote unquote app would work is I have to have Google Chrome open, I was like, that's gonna have to be a no from me, dog. Like, that's not. But I will show you if I go here to my applications, and let's just expand this. I actually just fixed somewhat my applications because I felt like, one, I had too many, two, I felt like I needed to organize them better, and three, it was just like I had some that I didn't even really need anymore. So just the other day I was like, I need to do an overhaul. I do an overhaul on my apps on my iPad and my iPhone all the time, but I never do one on my actual laptop, so I finally did. But if you look here is the little pooch face, because I do have an app that's downloaded. But if I were to double click on this, first of all, I don't think the syncing is working, because I double clicked on it the other day and it did not show any of the changes that I made online. So they also need to fix that. But if I double click on this, what's going to happen is my computer is going to open Chrome and the app. So I'll show you down here. You can see it bouncing. So it opened Atticus, but then it opened Chrome as well. So now here's the actual Atticus on its own, like its own app, but it also has Chrome open on the side. So it's doing its thing and it's fetching it. And so here is the same program just as an app on my computer as opposed to going to an actual website. And again, the same glitchy issues that occur in one area occurs in the other. So it's not like, well, let me try, you know, somewhere else and see if it works somewhere else. No, it's the same. It's the same. Let me quit the app. I will close this. Let me get rid of Chrome, because like I said, I don't like to have Chrome open just because it's a RAM killer. It uses up a lot of memory. I prefer to just use Safari because it's native to the computer, so it's not as big of a RAM killer as Firefox or Chrome would be. So yeah, where is... Did it not open when I restarted my computer? I don't think it did. No. Yeah, it did not open it up. Okay, here we go. And here it is. Also, I added a couple of new apps to my computer, like Bartender, which I love because it hides all of my things up here. It hides it behind this little bow, which I like. So it makes it look like I don't have as many things open in the background as I actually do. But anyway, Silent Willow, there is the program that I was talking about earlier this week. And like I said, I couldn't really use it now anyway if I wanted to. I don't have anything ready yet because I'm not going to start writing until Monday. And when I do, I'm definitely not going to be doing it in there. I will be doing it in here in Scrivener. And I will reserve my feelings about the other thing when it gets better. No problem. It's a shame you won't be able to be here starting on Monday because I'm actually going to do, I just wrote a blog post about it. It's going to go up on Monday. But what I was working on earlier this morning is this. Because you know me, I like to track everything that I do. So this will be my tracking document. Hold on, it's not fully loaded yet. I'm going to close this window. New features. I don't care about new features right now. Here we go. I don't know why it's being so slow. Probably because I have too many windows open that I don't need. So let's close a few things in the background. Come on. Am I buffering? I feel like my camera is buffering, but my stream isn't. That's weird. I'm gonna turn my webcam off because it looks to me like I'm buffering, and I don't want to be looking glitchy like that. Hopefully you can hear me okay, and my voice isn't buffering. I don't know why my camera is. It shouldn't be. Like, my stream seems to be fine. I don't have any dropped frames. But anyway, so I'm going to be tracking my word count like I said, starting on Monday. I don't stream on Sundays and Thursdays. So, it's almost 12 p.m. Who sleeps at 12 noon? Or do you mean 12 a.m.? So I'm going to just be tracking my words for 7 weeks. And at the end of 7 weeks, I will have finished this novel starting on Monday. So if you want to know how I'm doing, you might want to just drop on in. And then here's the graph that I'm going to be tracking how many words I write for each chapter. That will be going here. And then what my word count will look like as I do each version of each draft will go here. And I'm going to be comparing to see either that I remove words, add words, level out the chapters, what have you, for the first book. And that starts, like I said, on Monday. So I'm wicked excited about that. But, alright, Silent Willow, have a lovely night at noon for some reason. Going to bed at noon. I still don't get that, but okay. It seems a bit early to be going to bed. I mean, I thought I went to bed early and I would go to bed at like 8 sometimes. Ooh, did I not hit save draft on this? What was I thinking? I know, right, Justin Tunes? I'm like, noon. Did I read that right? I swear that's what it says, 12 p.m. So I was actually in the middle of, when I was downstairs before Silent Willow said, can you hop on screen and on stream and show me this program, I was actually working on writing a blog post about these two specific books that I've been reading and rereading. And I realized that these are two books that I think every creator should read and should have. And the first one is Show Your Work by Austin. Oh, I'm holding it up like you can see me, and I forgot I turned my webcam off. And it's still glitchy, so unfortunately I can't show you. I'll try to hold it up and see if you can see them both. But one of them is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon, and the other one is Superfans by Pat Flynn. And so I'm just going to be writing a few, not one, but it's going to be a multi-blog post affair where it's going to be going over what these books talk about and how or why they, every creative person should have them and should read them and reread them, especially Show Your Work. Show Your Work is one that I reread, or I've been rereading all the time, because it's formatted in such a way where you literally open it to any page, and whatever you read on that page is going to be something either you needed to hear at that moment or that's really helpful. And so yeah, he has, Austin Kleon has 3 books. This is the first one that I bought of his. The next one I'm going to get is called Steal Like an Artist. And it's just really good for explaining why or how you can have the confidence that you may not have to do something like showing your work, if you might feel like, what do I have to contribute to the world? Why should I be writing blog posts? Why should I be writing, novels? Why should I be drawing this picture? Why should I be, writing this song? Whatever your creativity is, not only why you should be doing what you love, but why you should also be showing your work more so than the end product is the process that you took to get there, and how that could be beneficial to you, to your brand, and just, to your life's work. And how it's never too late to start doing that. It doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is the work that you put in and the time that you take to show it. So it's a book that's called Show Your Work. And then the other one I'm always constantly talking about, which is Superfans, which is the idea that you don't want to have customers, you don't want to have followers, you don't want to have subscribers. While those things might sound cool to say, oh, I've got 1 million followers, or oh, I've got 1,000 subscribers, or oh, I sold 50 books, so I've got 50 customers. Those are all fly-by-night happenstance. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't quantify to anything. So what you actually want is a super fan, which is that notion that if you have 1,000 super fans, that's a person who will buy whatever you sell whenever you sell it. So all you need is 1,000 super fans, and you can earn enough in your daily life to live off of those 1,000 super fans, depending on what you create and how often you put up that creation for sale. And so I feel like these two books combined would be like all that a creative person would need if they ever feel themselves in a place in their life where they don't want to be creative anymore because they feel like it's either a waste of time or energy, or maybe they're just not good enough. I would counter that argument by saying you need to go and you need to read these two books, Superfans and Show Your Work, especially Show Your Work. Superfans is more for if you're already cool with showing your work and stuff, and it's just a better way to communicate to people who you don't know, to total strangers, and put yourself out there and how to do it and how to monetize yourself in a way. Oh, for a second there I thought they were mowing our lawn again, because I'm like, they just mowed our lawn like 2 days ago. They're mowing the lawn of the house next door, so I apologize if you hear that. They're like right outside my window. So that can't be helped. That was a quick one. Seems like they were only there for 2 minutes. But yeah, so I'm gonna do, like I said, a multi-part thing where I'm just gonna basically talk about these two books and how I came to possess them, where it was recommended to me that I get them, and then go on to kind of do a deep dive into the various chapters from each book, and give a little bit of a snippet about them. And I hope to do that for more books that are not fiction but are more informational in content and context. But anyway, I am gonna go, since Silent Willow's not here anymore, and he was the reason why I jumped on real quick. So I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing in my daily life downstairs and prepare for the most delicious meal that is going to be prepared by my wonderful wife, and I'm so excited. Thank you, Justin Tunes, for hanging out. If you are one who likes to sprint and write and sprint, on Monday I will be starting to do 3 sprints during my streams. Each sprint will be 45 minutes in length with a 15-minute break after. So I will be doing 3 45-minute sprints and 3 15-minute breaks in between, which will total out to be a 3-hour stream. Again, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Sometimes I try to get on a little bit before 8 a.m., like around 7:30, so that I can set up, do the little things that I like to do that kind of distract me before I get right into it. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing a total of 100, I think it's, I did the math, and it's like 102 sprints over the course of 34 stream days. So it's 34 stream days, 102 sprints, which is 25 and a half hours of writing that will come out to an average of about 1,000 words per hour, an average of 3,000 words per streaming day, and it should be between 12,000 and 15,000 words per week. And at the end of 7 weeks, between 102 and 108,000 words written. That's the entirety of the thing for this first book that I'm writing, starting on Monday. Very exciting. So in the meantime, you have a good rest of your Friday. I know, so much math, but that's why do you think I have this spreadsheet here? you know, because I'm tracking it. You know, I'm tracking it hard. I'm hardcore spreadsheeting it, graphing it. You know, quantifying it. I'm a spreadsheeter from way back. I spreadsheet everything. There is now any aspect of my life that I don't say, I think I can put that into a spreadsheet. I mean, spreadsheets don't have to be about numbers. I mean, look at this spreadsheet that I have real quick before I go. This is a spreadsheet about my plugins for my website where I realized I had too many plugins, and so I needed to figure out uh, one, why I had so many freaking plugins, and then two, I needed to give a reason why I needed to keep that plugin, right? So I have all of this is my plugins list, and then I have Gutenberg because you know those are those stupid ass WordPress blocks. So I needed to put down all the things that each Gutenberg plugin can do, and then which one of these five plugins do it, um, and then you know work my way out from there. You know, I even have because I love the TV show The Blacklist. I even have a spreadsheet where I'm keeping track of all of the blacklisters that are listed for all of the episodes. So I had it filtered to the ones that we hadn't gotten, that they haven't been used in a season yet. But here are all of the blacklisters and what season and what episode they're in, um, because I just had the need. I also have, and I don't know why I can't see it here, but I should have one for my uh, Pokemon because I need to keep track of which Pokemon I have, which ones evolved, where I got them from, if they're male or female. Oh wait, it's right here, the Pokédex. So I also have this one where I'm tracking the Pokemon not just from the Galar region, but from the Isle of Armor and the Crown of Tundra. So I'm getting, you know, I'm getting off base here, but just to say, spreadsheets is where it's at. All right, so I'm gonna go and probably watch an episode of something frivolous like The Blacklist, and then eat my dinner. So peace out, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See ya tomorrow morning.